So good morning, everybody, and I know most everyone, but I'm Felicia Buchanan, Executive Director of the Mishawaka Business Association and Inspire Mishawaka. And so today is one of our grant reviews. So we're going to be talking about a small business grant today that is widely available for many types of small businesses. And this is one of my favorites too, because there are a lot of opportunities for small businesses to take advantage of this. Before we get started on that though, excuse me, springtime, I want to talk to you a little bit about your MBA membership. So if you are not already a member of the Mishawaka Business Association, there are benefits to joining. I want to roll over that really quickly before we get started. First of all, anybody can come to 1 Million Cups. You can listen and learn about opportunities to find funding and other resources for your business. But as a member, you do get grant support. So you can come and meet with me, and we will help you put a strong grant proposal together before you submit. Also, another benefit is member highlights on our social media and email platform. So if you have a small business, we can highlight your business and send it out to almost our 1,000 contacts. Opportunities to support our member organizations through marketing. So you can be a sponsor, just like for 1 Million Cups. You can sponsor our other programs too and get your business name out in front of the community, discounted advertising through radio, and also exclusive events that one we're going to talk about later on today. And it also increases your visibility. It really helps you maximize on networking and other community outreach that you're trying to do. If you join the MBA, it can really help put your business in front of potential customers. So as we go through today, think about that, how your business could benefit. It's a very low financial hurdle to join the Mishawaka Business Association. And if you have any questions, you definitely can visit us at mishawakabusiness.org. But today we are going to be talking about this grant opportunity. I'll give you a quick overview. We're going to do some tips and winning strategies, talk about putting it all together, and then how can you move on with your next steps. Please let me know if I go too fast because I can do that.
Also, are you going to send this to us so we can put it on the Facebook page?
Yes, we will attempt to put it on the Facebook page. If it'll go, I will send it to you.
Okay, thanks.
So this particular grant opportunity is the All-State Main Street Grant Program. So it's 2026, and it is offered through Hello Alice. Does anybody here have a Hello Alice account? Mm-hmm. Yeah. So if you don't, that is something that you need to do. Hello Alice. Write that down. Get an account because it provides a number of grants throughout the year. If you log into there and get an account, you'll get notices about opportunities for small business that come out year after year. And you can put in a profile that help you jumpstart a grant application. And these are opportunities like this one that you aren't going to find outside of Hello Alice. You have to go there to submit the application. This opportunity deadline is June 23rd. I will say June 20th to give yourself, make sure you submit it on time and early, because things always happen at the last minute when everybody else who didn't get this advice are trying to do it on the last day. It's just like a speed limit. Yes, you can go up to that speed limit, but you don't want to because you still might get a ticket. So one of the reasons why I really like this is because 250 business owners are going to be selected as winners. 250. That's one of the largest group of winners for any grant opportunity. So if you put in an application, there, of course, it's going to be thousands of applications submitted, but 250 people are going to be selected. So if you take the time and effort to put in a good application, you could be selected for one of these opportunities. But there are two components for this. So the 250 people selected are going to be selected, number one, for the boot camp. And the boot camp is a requirement to be eligible for the grant. So you have to have a commitment to attend these virtual boot camps. And I believe it's 8 to 10 weeks. So you have to make a commitment to do it. And that's how they're going to choose who are going to get one of these 63 $20,000 grant opportunities. $20,000. Could your business? Yes, and I'll talk about that in a second. But could your business use $20,000? Yeah, I know mine can. So I definitely can figure out how to put that to work. But so the actual grant notice says 100 organizations will be picked for the $20,000 grant. And then if you read through the information, the number 63 comes up as the number that'll get the $20,000 grant. So I use a smaller number just on the conservative side, but it does say 100 organizations are going to be selected. And the reason probably why that is because 100 were selected and 63 probably followed through to actually get the funding. So there is a requirement that you do have to complete the boot camp. So you may have been selected, and if you don't follow through, you could drop off the rolls. But if you have the time and the energy and effort, I definitely would do this. Some of the grants that we look at are for organizations that have brick and mortar. You need to have a building. Some of them are for brand new organizations, even people at the idea stage. This one is for established organizations. You need to be earning revenue at the time, and not just any amount. Their amount is $25,000. So if you do not earn $25,000, do not despair. This grant has been coming back year after year. That means you have 1 year to work on that. 1 year to work with a coach, a mentor, or a business organization to help you get your income up to this level so that your $25,000 in revenue can become $45,000 by applying and winning this grant. And they're also looking for organizations with a community mindset, not just business as usual, right? Everybody does business as usual. Every business is out there to make money, but how are you impacting, benefiting, affecting your community? So these are the organizations that they're looking for. So let's look at some eligibility criteria. Number one, this is for for-profit, so nonprofits, not for you today. This is for for-profit organizations, so you need to be a small business organized as a corporation, LLC, even a sole proprietorship. But the next one, you have to have made at least $25,000. So they're looking for community center organizations, one that has an active impact in the community. How can you do that? Are you volunteering? Are you donating? Are you giving back, having programs that come to you? Are you marketing, sponsoring things so that your name could get out there? Those are organizations that are community centered. You need to have a well-defined plan for your growth. Understand where you are right now. You're making $25,000, but you have a plan for the future and have an idea on how to get there. They're going to ask you, what are you going to use that $20,000 for? And you need to have a well-defined, thought-out plan to take you from where you are to where you envision yourself in the future. So other considerations, there's no age requirement. So you need to be an adult with a business, but sometimes they're just for youth, sometimes it's for seniors. This one, everybody is eligible to apply. You can be virtual or brick and mortar. This is another key consideration that opens this up. It's open to a lot of us solopreneurs that don't have an office. We're saving money on that. This makes us still eligible. The winners will be announced in July. Very quick turnaround. A lot of things, they don't let you know for months, even up to a year. But this one, within 30 days, you will know if you're one of those 250. And then within 8 to 10 weeks, you will know if you get the $20,000. So a very quick turnaround. So there it is, required to participate in a 12-week boot camp. So it's 12 weeks, and it starts in August. So it'll take you to August, September, October. All right, any questions on that so far? I did want to let you know that that's the original slide here. That is a link. So when we post it, you should be able to just click on that and get straight to the application. So what do you need to do immediately? If you say, I made $25,000 last year, I'm a for-profit business, I am community-minded, and I know where I am, and I know where I want to be in the near future, I want to do this. So first of all, get that Hello Alice account. It is free. They have other resources on there, trainings that you can participate in. That is a really good resource regardless if you apply for this grant or not. Get that Hello Alice account. Make sure your business is in good standing with the state. Go to indiana.gov, and check your business status. Make sure all your paperwork is up to date. Collect essential documents to ensure that you meet the eligibility requirements. So what they're going to want to do is prove, one of the criteria is $25,000 a year. You need to have your bank statements and things like that for the end of the year 2025 to show that you did in fact make that $25,000. Create your capability statement. It's like your business resume. And if you don't have one of those, a coach can help you. And also you can contact me with the Mishawaka Business Association to do one, and we can go through one together. I believe I have one on the slide here. Yep, on the next one to kind of look at it, so we can go through one really quickly today. So there are going to be questions in this application, and does anybody remember the instruction that I tell you every time to do before you do a grant application?
Have somebody else look at it?
Yes, have somebody else look at it, but what specifically about the questions?
Me to answer them?
Yes, how do we type right in to the application?
Oh, Word. You go into
Yes,
Word
you gotta
document.
copy them out, put them in a Word document. Make sure you don't type right in, and that's what everybody else is gonna do. They're gonna read that question, they're gonna start typing, they're gonna feel good about it and move on.
Wow.
We're gonna copy those questions, put them in the Word, we're gonna type it out, we're gonna use the word processing software to find grammatical errors and misspellings, things like that. We're going to use AI to see if we answered the question thoroughly and ask it for suggestions to see how we can make it better. And then we're going to also have someone else look at it to make sure that someone else is seeing what we think we wrote down. So don't just type in your answers. You're going to copy them, paste it into a word processing app, and then work from there. Ensure that you have a clear understanding of your operations, customers, and community. That's one of the questions that you can ask AI. Does this answer convey that I understand my operations, customers, and communities? Because that's one of the things that they actually point out specifically. Make sure that you have a website and social media presence. They are going to ask you to put that in this application. They want to know what your website is. They want to know what's your most popular social media app. So you need to, if you don't have those, get that up and going. And a lot of times people say, oh, you don't need a website, you can just use social media. Social media is different from a website. A website is a landing page where people can find you. It legitimizes your business. So you do need to go ahead and take the extra step to get the website, even if you have the social media. There are some free things that may just help you get started, but invest in your business because that's going to be important to legitimizing it long term. So this is this capability statement, and I actually put my own business on in here, so you can see it, and it has some specific parts, but you can add some other things that may be beneficial to your business. So first of all, of course, it's the contact information, your email, your LinkedIn website, and even if you have a commerce app that you use. I put PayPal in for mine, but it could be Venmo or anything like that where someone can quickly make a payment. But a brief company overview. And the reason why I like this is because you can use this again and again, not only in grant applications, but in if someone asks you for a bio or something, you've already hashed this out. It's something that you can use over and over. It makes a consistent conversation for your business. So if you have this, you won't say something different every time. If you do it, you can have it right here, and you have a consistent statement, tell everyone the same thing. What are your values? Have you thought about that for your organization? You can expand a little bit on those, but I just kind of put them out there, what they were, but you could expand on them, explain them a little bit if you have thought that through. What are your key focus areas? You know, you can have 1, 2, 3, I wouldn't do 10, but just have a few areas of where does your business make the most impact? Your core competencies. What are you best at, and what have you mostly done for your clients? And the differentiator, and I really like this, is how are you different from other organizations? You could put also on here some of your key successes, some things that you might want to brag about or put it out there for organizations. For grant writers, a lot of times they put a list of some of their biggest grants that they had and put it right on there. So there's other things that you can have on there. I have a catchphrase that I put in the last corner, but you can put different things in those areas, but it's sort of like your resume for your business. So you can have one of these together. A lot of times they ask for these when you do proposals for contracts. So they ask for these. So put one together if you haven't. Again, a coach can help you, or you can schedule an appointment with myself with the Mishawaka Business Association if you're a member. So let's talk about the application. There are 40 questions on this application. So it's gonna take you a minute to do. So take some time to put it out. Most of them are just drop downs. You have to select radios, what's your website, and things like that. They're gonna go quickly, but there are 6 questions that require writing submissions. They have limits, 300 words or 2,000 characters. And I just put in here for reference, if you ever did papers back in the day, 1 page is considered 250 words if you double space and use 12-point font. So that just kind of lets you know they're looking for about a page per answer. So that's 6 pages of responses that you're gonna do. Somebody asked you to do a 6-page paper, would you oh my God, I'm not doing that. But we're just doing it one at a time. And we're going to have AI help us, and we're also going to have someone else look at it. Now, you don't have to use all the words if you don't have to. We actually suggest that you use as few words as possible, because people are going to be reading these, and they just want you to get to the point. Even if you ask AI to rate it, sometimes it says too wordy. No one, not even AI, wants to read all the extra words. So if you can make it more concise, go ahead and make it concise. The faster you can get to the point, the better. Again, we're going to write out everything first and ask AI to edit your response. So don't let it write for you. Don't put in a question and say, write this for me. I don't know, has anybody ever done that? It will literally make up things. Just not true. So write it first. And that's why I like you to do it in Word. Don't worry about the word count. Don't worry about any of that. Just write out everything you want to say. What are my customers? Who is my audience? What do I do to give back to the audience? Type it all out, even if it's 10 pages, and then ask AI to help you reduce it to 1 page. Keep the key points and help me reduce it to 1 page, and then read it over again. If it left out something you find critical, put it back in there. Don't let it make the submission for you. Just let it help you make it better. And then use your capability statement to start with. It has some key things on there. It had your overview. It had your differentiator. It had your values. Use that to help you get started on some of these responses. It may ask you, why did you get started? A good place to start with to answer that question is your values. Okay, if you haven't ever thought about your values, start with that capability statement to help you just get to those key parts and then use those key parts to help you answer the questions. And then as an MBA member, you can get me to help you. So as you saw from my capability statement, I am a professional grant writer. I've been doing it since 2005. I've seen the industry go from left to right, up to down, so I can really help you find some key strategies to help you win some grants. So if you are an MBA member, you can get help. Is that going to stop you from writing a grant? I hope not. Even if you're not an MBA member, shoot your shot. 250 people are going to get selected. Why not you? So, I'm going to say one more time, remember to use that word processing app first. Don't just type in it. You might find that you spell your own name wrong if you don't use use that word processing first. So just type in fast and just miss it. So please do it. So here are our 6 questions, and let's go through them really quickly so you can kind of see what they want for you. So first, we like to hear more about the positive impact your business makes. So this question is not about business as usual. This is about how you impact not only your customers, your city, but your community. And you could talk about all 3 of those things. You might find 300 words is kind of not a lot to get all of that out. That's why you're going to type it all out first and then make it shorter. But they want to hear how your business has a positive impact on your community. I feel like, when I write grants, I feel like what I do is help people who are doing the hard work in communities get the resources they need to be successful. So I'm just one person, but I can help 1,000 people by helping a person get 1 grant. So this is how I see how I impact the community. What does your business do? Share does gift baskets. One gift, well timed, well placed, can brighten someone's day. It could change the trajectory of their life. They could be thinking about ending it all and get that one gift that says, somebody cares, somebody loves me. It can make the difference between night and day. How does your business impact people, your community, and families, everything? If there's ways that your business does banking, I don't know what everybody does in here, but I know that you can, if you think about it, if you consider how what you do changes lives, you can come up with something. The next one, why did you want to become an entrepreneur and start a business? Now, the right answer is not, I don't like working for people. That may be true, but that is not the answer that we're looking for here. Okay? This is the one where you might want to go back to your values. What are those things that you care about? The impact you wanted to make, the impression that you wanted to be for, the example you wanted to be for other people. Look at those statements, and this is where you're going to answer that questions. Why you want to become an entrepreneur may be the impetus to be on your free spirit, your creativity that you needed to express. But remember, they are looking for impact, right? So impact needs to be in all of your answers, okay? So this next one, describe the impact of this opportunity on your business. So I know your first instinct is to talk about the money. Yes, the money's going to help you. But don't forget, you have to first do this 12-week boot camp. So let's look into what the boot camp is going to offer you and how that's going to improve your business. Remember, you're taking your business from where you are to where you want to be in the future. So this question is going to be an assessment of where you are and your needs and how the impact of the funding and the boot camp is going to take you to where you want to go. Assessment of where you are and how these resources are going to get you to where you want to go. How you intend to apply the knowledge and insights from the boot camp to your operation and growth plans. So that means you need to understand your operations, right? And secondly, you need to have a growth plan. So that comes first, and then you talk about how the boot camp and funding are going to address those. So if you understand your current operations and you have a growth plan, you can answer this question in totality have a complete answer with respect to impact. So a lot of times, we find the focus of grants, and I like to write it on top of all of my word processing pages, is impact. I write impact at the top, so when I'm answering questions, I can keep seeing impact, make sure that that's in my answers. Make sure that focus is in every single one of my answers. So that's another tip for you if you want to type that impact on the top so that you don't forget that every answer needs to address that's what you should do. In what ways do you and your business support your customers and community? Remember, I talked about that a little bit. It could be sponsorships. It could be volunteering. It could be your business partnering with another organization. There are a lot of ways where you can impact your community. I'm sure your business as usual does impact your community, but everybody's going to be doing business as usual. You need to have a differentiator. Make sure you check back your capability statement. It should be in there. How would receiving the Main Street grant enable your business to create increased impact on your community? So as you see, they're going impact. They want you to really hone in on your impact, but not only what you do now, how much more are you going to be able to do if you go through this boot camp, if you get that funding? How much more do you see yourself being able to do? And then, what is your biggest accomplishment today? Because could anybody tell me a big accomplishment that would fit this grant?
Yeah. I'm not for profit, but we got an award from Notre Dame University.
Yes.
That said we made the greatest social impact and received a cash award.
Oh, wonderful.
I think that's the biggest thing.
Right, and so it won't be business as usual, right? Everybody, again, your biggest impact can't be your greatest payday. That may be not for this grant, right? Your biggest impact, your biggest accomplishment should be your biggest impact, because that's what this grant cares about. Did you have a question?
Oh, no, not a question. She answered.
Oh, okay. All right. So let's talk about the next steps. What do we do next? So first of all, this is a great opportunity with 250 ways to win. It's going to be people selected. Even if you don't get the prize, you will be able to go through this 12-week boot camp that's going to help your business move forward. Yeah. So either way, it's a win-win. The eligibility is wide-ranging. A lot of people are going to be able to apply for this, and it's year after year. So if you're not ready this year, this is still great. You know about it. You're going to get a Hello Alice account. There's a ton of resources on there. You're going to work with someone to help you get from where you are. You're going to start a growth plan, right? That growth plan they're talking about. So we're going to help you get there. If you do get this award, even if you get a boot camp, you can leverage this into an additional award. You can leverage it into further outreach, further impact for your community. And even if you don't win this time, you still get the Hello Alice account. You still are going to find valuable trainings, loan opportunities, and other grant opportunities just by getting that account. When you start your application, it looks very easy, but we're just not going to make the mistake of just taking it for granted. We're not going to just, gloss over it, type it in. You can do that and wish for the best, but you probably won't find a great success in that strategy. Even if you don't have the $25,000 in revenue yet, you can meet with a coach, myself, because this grant is going to be back. And do your capability statement. Again, it can help for contracts. It can help for just when you're reaching out to new customers, if you want to do a partnership, things like that. Just having that summary statement about your one pager on your business is very helpful. So if you'd like to schedule a meeting with me, if you're a member, and get this application together, that's my email address right there. If you'd like to join the MBA, you can go to mishawakabusiness.org and go to become a member. Questions, you can call that phone number.